The new modern-day St. Kitts and Nevis has changed and evolved because of many different things. The land and people have changed along with the culture. The black beaches drag a lot of tourism, but what also drags a lot of attention is that how did two different countries come together to be one? Also, how did St. Kitts and Nevis come to be what it is now? How did it evolve? I will tell you about that here. In 3000 BC, a tribe, the Archak people, lived there for in between 100 and 150 years. After a while, they disappeared into thin air. No one knows where they went or what happened to them. Then, in 1000 BC, a tribe called the Celadoid migrated to St. Kitts and Nevis from the Lesser Antilles to Puerto Rico to finally St. Kitts and Nevis. They were soon after replaced by the peace-loving tribe, the Ignorai. After another tribe came, called the Carib, forced the Ignorai to the Greater Antilles. Then, a couple hundred years later, Europe came with Columbus and claimed St. Kitts and Nevis. It's obvious to see that a lot of stuff has changed. Technology, learning techniques, building structures, languages, etc. But what really has changed is the culture. Some people might still keep their ancestors' way of life. They might still do the same dances, or they might be into the new stuff. The cultures of others also might have helped them evolve. The ways of government has really changed also. Timothy Harris is the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis and has been since 2012. Queen Elizabeth II is like the leader of the state, even though she hasn't been there. I hope that you learned a lot about St. Kitts and Nevis. I also hope that you can use what you learned in a different project or just to know it. I also hope you had fun learning about it. Thanks for listening.
The gorgeous country of St. Kitts and Nevis is a popular tourist spot with always warm weather and exotic beaches. St. Kitts and Nevis is two separate islands but are about 2 miles apart, and you can go back and forth daily throughout one country. Cool, right? I will be focused on how culture has affected this country throughout the years. The country of St. Kitts and Nevis includes a few different religions. About 50% of the country practice the Anglican religion, 45% of the population is Christian, and the last 5% are multiple different religions. There is almost no poverty in St. Kitts and Nevis, even though the population of 51,538 people is predominantly black, with some British, Portuguese, and Lebanese people scattered throughout the country. St. Kitts and Nevis is a very festive and artsy country. Their main projects include pottery, wood carvings, and leatherwork. These people also take interest in jewelry and clay. Doesn't that make you want to go to St. Kitts and Nevis? Because of its always warm weather, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis are very involved in many sports. Their main sport is cricket. There are multiple friendly competitions monthly. Other interests include horse racing. Horse racing events happen monthly, and food tents, music, and more happen annually, but they are very friendly competitions. Late December and early January is called the carnival time. This is the most festive time of the year, with food, parades, and joy throughout the whole country. As you can see, this country is very festive and a joyful country with traditions that have lasted for hundreds of years. Doesn't this culture make you want to visit or settle in St. Kitts and Nevis?